Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Chip Builder series. Today, we're going to the Southern Hemisphere to hear from one of the greatest builders I know. She
Aw.
has a background as a non technical person who's got into building thanks to no code and 100 days of AI. She is not only a builder, but she's the winner of the Chip Challenge, building 15 assistants in 15 days and inspiring others to do the same. Not only did she build these, she also built custom graphics to go with each one, which was really fun. So I'm really excited to introduce you to the greatest Nix since Stevie. It's Afrikaans for no code. Welcome, Nix Good. How are you?
Wow, I'm very well. Thank you, Scott. That was an awesome introduction. Really, really thank you for having me on your show.
Well, you were an inspiration to us building so many assistants, and you just launched a new business. So tell us a little bit about what you're working on today, and then we'll kind of talk about how you got there.
Yeah, sure. So pretty much No Code Central. That was my MVP that I built with Max and Harold at the 100 days of school. I think it's probably got another name, but that's kind of where it started. And it's literally a summary of the last 18 months of my love affair with no code. So everything and anything from all the blogs to you guys to platforms. I just wanted one central point where we could all just get the information we needed. And the reason you guys feature quite massively here is I built a sort of chatbot builder to help those asking the question like, where do I get started with no code? As a beginner, what would be the best tool? So I trained Chipp. And yeah, I'm not really sure what the name is, but I kind of called it my tool selector. And yeah, so that's No Code Central. That's kind of the story behind it.
That's amazing. So tell us why the love affair with no code. How did you kind of get there, and what does it do for you?
That's a cool question. I'll be honest, it first started with Gen AI. That was where I kind of started in my tech journey. But I quickly discovered what I call the cousin, which is no code. When I saw what it could do for somebody like myself who doesn't have a tech background, I was like, wow, this is incredible. I was on this mission. I started off with the 100 days of no code. And that's a brilliant starting point because every day there's a new platform and like a new challenge. So you really kept quite busy. So pretty much it was started with 100 days of no code, but prior to that was Gen AI. That was the real sort of starting point.
And we talked to a lot of folks who, aren't technical or just getting started, maybe working in marketing or operations. So tell us a little bit about your background. I'm assuming not a coder, right? So you kind
No.
of got into no code.
Uh,
What did you do before no code, and how did you decide to take the leap?
So it's quite ironic. I've spent literally a career interviewing developers and just being like mesmerized, wishing I had their powers. And then obviously no code appeared. And I was like, whoa, Nix, I can finally build my mobile app, with all of my beloved books as an example. So yeah, my space is primarily hiring. I wouldn't describe it as technical. HR recruitment's never kind of had a lot of tech. That said, everything in a business, as you now know, is data and everything's got tech. So I'm super stoked that a lot of my no code use cases are really helping me with hiring, from building out a database to I bult this very cool onboard Ollie in your challenge, and that is insane for new starters. So yeah, tech is, I think, in every department.
You built 15 assistants in 15 days
Yeah.
using some of our challenges. So
Yeah.
tell us kind of what your favorite ones were, and maybe what you learned along the way.
I must say, the first day I was hooked because it was like a school buddy. And above all else, I'm a mom first. And one of my friends at the school works in reception, and it's like a pain point. They get endless phone calls about the same questions. So when I was like, wow, we can actually build a school buddy and then we can train it on the kids' website or the school URL. That was just one of my favorite use cases or days on the challenge. And then I also loved Onboard Ollie, which was, I think the challenge for the day was building like a HR assistant using Chipp to help with new starters and all that kind of, it's the same process, the same questions. And now you've got your digital AI to take care of that. So those two stand out for me.
And did you learn anything along the way building them that maybe you weren't doing before with your AI tools,
Oh,
or like as
yeah,
you kind of built more and more of them? What did you kind of learn as
definitely.
hacks?
I wanted to compliment you, Scott, because I've tried a lot of prompting frameworks and absolutely adore the right framework. You don't got to do anything, but that framework is a beautiful starting point because there is a science to prompting. And what I learned was it's teaching me to communicate a lot better. So sure, you can say, draw me or create a picture of a sunrise. And when you get the output and you don't like it, you got to look at the user because you've been way too broad. What about the sunrise? At what time of the day is it? Is it overlooking a mountain? Is it overlooking the ocean? So that kind of context and articulating yourself clearly was a massive takeaway from this challenge. And that left me quite gobsmacked, as they say. I love that.
That's amazing. Well, I'm really excited that you are one of our Chipp chapter leaders in South Africa. So,
Thank you.
helping to teach others about AI generally, about Chipp, about no code. So, tell us a little bit about the South African tech community and sort of what you're excited about doing locally.
Yeah, well, I wanted to say just recently I saw that Surge said that there was an integration into WhatsApp, and that really got me excited because South Africa's big on WhatsApp for doing business and personal. So I really feel that that's a beautiful way to break the ice with our culture and our people, which I intend to do. And I want to hold workshops just to show people that you can totally follow my path. I am somebody that used to get, and this is a true story, I used to get quite upset when like Outlook and its interface changed. So I really was quite averse to tech. So this new version of Nix is a surprise to us all, including myself, because I would rather spend my days climbing mountains with my kids. But I've just suddenly seen the beautiful magic and the power. And there's a lot of good that you can do with it when you use it responsibly.
That's amazing. I love the reluctant tech
Yeah.
builder.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
a great mantle to claim. Well, as we kind of wrap up, what would you tell people who are thinking about building and kind of what are you excited about in the next few months of building?
I would definitely say, and I'm not being paid to say this, but a beautiful starting point is on your platform. I've spent almost 2 years playing on so many different AI chatbot platforms. So it's not like I've only just tried the one. I feel supported with you guys because it's pretty natural, quite step by step intuitive almost. And whenever I get stuck, I'm like, it's okay, go and vibe with my digital colleagues, my Claude or my Gemini. And I'll ask them, I'll say, look, I'm building on Chipp. This is what I have. Let me know if I'm missing anything. So that's kind of using the human to work with the machine. I often collaborate with them. What I would say to people is it's natural to be fearful because I think automation, no code, this kind of makes people think, oh, okay, I am being eliminated, the human. But I've never done my job better from a hiring perspective. I mean, I've literally made my first sale using both AI and no code. So I now know that I don't think it's a case of me being replaced. It's asking that I think more. I ask the questions that maybe I was kind of too lazy or just didn't think was important. Because now that the machine can do all the logic and the more technical stuff, it's asking me to be more creative and just show up, be fully present in my work, which I love. I feel totally alive at my desk, like I'm on coffee, the whole day.
New superpowers brought to you without caffeine. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Well, we're so excited to have you as part of the Chip family. And I think
Thank
the
you.
coming months, we're going to see a lot built by Nix that you can share. So if there's one thing you want people to go look at, maybe that you've built or that you've seen other elsewhere, what would that be?
So I think starting off, I would say have a look at my no code central because often I'll update it with maybe a sort of database I've built on Smart Suite or a form on fill out or you guys, a new chat a new virtual AI. So start there. I'll try and keep everybody updated.
That's amazing. Well, we'll put your links to your social profiles in the show
Oh,
notes, and
thank
we encourage
you.
everyone to go find the reluctant no coder, Nix Good, who is
Yeah.
not only helping everyone online, but also sparking a community locally in South Africa and Cape Town. Thanks so much for the time, Nix. We look forward to seeing you online and a great job building.
Thank you. And you too. Hey, thanks for having me.